Nearly all the talk as of late about Big 12 expansion has centered around the conference possibly adding teams out of the Pac 12 if the Pac 12 doesn't get a TV deal done. You've also heard about them adding Gonzaga potentially as a basketball only member. A couple of weeks ago, we even heard about Fresno State as a potential candidate for the Big 12. But what if I told you that there's a team out there that nobody's really talking about that I think Brett Yormark could have as a target? And I'm talking about the UNLV Runnin Rebels. Pull up a chair, sit back, relax, and let's talk about it. What is up, college sports fans, Big 12 fans, and fellow members of Mountaineer Nation? This is Couz. Welcome into another edition of Couz's Corner. So pull up the chair, sit back, relax, and let me serve you up another shot of top shelf college football content. On tap in today's show, we're once again talking about potential Big 12 expansion and conference realignment. If you like that kind of content, this is the channel for you. But anyway, the topic is UNLV Runnin Rebels potentially coming to the Big 12. That's been one team that I've not heard a lot of people talk about. Yes, you see it occasionally pop up in articles and on some shows, but they've not really been a heavy focus. It came up again just a few days ago on a very popular show called 365 Sports, which just so happens to be one of my favorite shows on all of YouTube. I watch that show daily. And for those of you who don't, I recommend you check it out. If you're a fan of college football, you need to check out 365 Sports. But anyway, I digress. In an interview with Chris Level, who covers the Texas Tech Red Raiders for RedRaidersports.com, the guys at 365 Sports asked him his thoughts about potential Big 12 expansion, and here was his answer.
Oh, I think you can almost guarantee that you're going to get some sort of expansion. I don't know what that looks like. I think we've all spent a lot of time speculating on it, but I think Brett Yormark has basically said everything. He's told you everything that he wants to do. He's done most of it with the exception of expansion. I think that's coming. It's just a matter of what that looks like. I think, I've even been told that, Gonzaga has been widely reported, but I think he's got a heavy interest in UNLV just because of the city of Las Vegas and the way he thinks and coming outside the box. And I mean, we've all focused on all these Pac-12 schools.
So there you heard Chris Level say that he's been told that Brett Yormark has a heavy interest in UNLV. UNLV, who would have thought, right? Well, I'm going to go over what I think are the disadvantages of potentially adding UNLV to the conference. Then I'm going to talk about the advantages of possibly adding UNLV to the conference. Then I'm going to give you my opinion. And in the meantime, I ask that you let me know your opinion in the comment section. First, the disadvantages of adding UNLV. They are absolutely horrific at football. They're absolutely terrible. One of the worst programs in the country. They're currently in the Mountain West Conference. They have never, at least based on the data I have never been in the AP top 25 in college football, ever. They have only won 37% of their games in history. They will give you very little in TV ratings. I looked up the 2022 TV ratings on Run It Back with Zach, who's a college football writer who does a lot around TV ratings and things like that. He listed the top 119 schools from the 2022 TV ratings, and guess who wasn't on the list? UNLV. So that means they were worse than that, probably, which means they had less than 9,000 viewers per week in TV ratings in 2022. So you're not getting a lot of TV viewership when it comes to UNLV in football, okay? Now, there are some advantages of adding UNLV. Number one, they have a really nice stadium. They have a brand new state-of-the-art Allegiant Stadium where they play their games. That also happens to be the home of the Las Vegas Raiders. Now, it is a professional stadium, so it's not on the campus of UNLV, but nonetheless, it's a very nice stadium. I know sometimes pro stadiums take a lot of flack, but I'm telling you, the one pro stadium I have the two pro stadiums I've had the luxury of being at, the Carolina Panthers Stadium, I think it's Bank of America Stadium, and then also what is now, I guess, Acrisure Stadium, used to be Heinz Field in Pittsburgh. Very nice stadiums. Pro stadiums do it right. Very good atmospheres. As long as you get fans in there, though. You have to have fans in the seats or it doesn't do you a lot of good. But that being said, they have a really nice stadium. It's state-of-the-art. You wouldn't have to worry about stadium upgrades. It seats about 65,000 people. It would be right up there with BYU as the largest stadium in the conference. Another advantage to adding UNLV would be their basketball team. They have a good basketball team historically. They have not been as good lately, They did make it into the top 25 here for a little while back in February. They're currently sitting at 18-12 on the year in this season. But overall, when you look historically, they are fifth all-time in win percentage in college basketball with a 69% winning percentage. They have an all-time record of 1,165 wins to 533 losses. They've won one national championship, been to 4 Final Fours, and have won 13 conference titles. We all remember the days of Jerry Tarkanian, him sitting chewing on a towel. UNLV was the talk of the town, man. They were the best team in the country. Larry Johnson, Greg Anthony, and those guys, man, were just really, really popular back in the late 80s and early 90s. I think it was early 90s, more or less. But yeah, they do carry that brand when it comes to basketball. So that would be an advantage. And we all know Brett Yormark is a basketball guy. He loves basketball, and he wants to make the Big 12. He wants to capitalize on Big 12's basketball brand and make it even better. UNLV would help with that. The last advantage to adding UNLV, and it's a big one, in its location. It's Vegas, baby. Who doesn't love Las Vegas? It's a great place, as Chris Level said. Brett Yormark likes to think outside the box. He's got ways of generating revenue running through his head. And what kind of better place to bring revenue generating activities like concerts and whatnot than Las Vegas, man? You want to get people to an event, you have it in Las Vegas. Almost every industry in America holds their conferences and meetings in Las Vegas. I'm telling you, it's very popular because people love to go there. You could hold your Big 12 basketball tournament in Las Vegas if you were in the conference, if you had them in the conference. You could potentially even hold your conference title game in Las Vegas by bringing them into the conference. You would get to play, every team would get to play away games in Vegas occasionally. So, to me, that would be a huge, huge benefit. And then what, even more importantly, potentially, it gets you into that fourth time zone. Brett Yormark has not made it a secret. He wants to be in that Pacific time zone. Vegas gets you that. Lastly, do I think adding UNLV to the conference is a good idea? Even though I said I love Vegas, even though they have a good basketball brand and the pro stadium, I just don't think their quality on the football field is just not there. I just don't think they bring enough to the table when it comes to football, when it comes to TV viewership, when it comes to moving the needle from that regard. And we all know right now that's what's moving the needle. That's what's driving most of these decisions when it comes to conference realignment, conference expansion, and things like that. It is a big city, get you into a brand new market of about 1.9 million people, but there's just not enough interest in it because UNLV has not been good. Now, if they become good at football in a few years, maybe 10, 15 years down the road, you reconsider, maybe even 5. But right now, I just don't think UNLV moves the needle enough in football to add them to the conference, unless maybe you bring them in as a basketball-only member. But there again, I'm not even sure that works either. I want to hear in the comments section, Big 12 fans, what do you think about possibly adding UNLV to the conference? If there are any UNLV fans watching, let me know in the comments. Would you love to be a member of the Big 12? And what else do you think UNLV could bring to the league other than what I listed with your stadium, your location, and your basketball brand? If you want to support me here on the channel at Couz's Corner, help me talk about more conference realignment, help me talk more about Big 12 football, about West Virginia football, please help me financially, guys. There are several ways you can do that. You can check out the link in my description box to Blue Ridge Coffee Crafters. Get you some delicious coffee that's made from hand-picked coffee beans, all natural coffee beans. There's no chemicals in this coffee. Check it out, Blue Ridge Coffee Crafters. Click the link, get in the website. If you make a purchase, put Couz's, C-O-U-Z''S in the comments. I'll get a small commission from the sale. You can check out my merch store as well. Get you a shirt, a ball cap, a hoodie, a coffee mug, a sticker, whatever you want over there. Several different designs to choose from. You can check them out on the screen now. You can make a one-time donation to my channel by hitting that heart thanks button right below. But you can also support me for free in several ways. You can give me the thumbs up button. You can drop that comment below. You can share this with your friends. And last but not least, you could subscribe to me here at Couz's Corner. Help me reach more people. Help me get to my goal of 5,000 subscribers. I'm trying to get there. I wanted to get there by April 1st. Probably not going to hit that date, but just help me get there as soon as I can. Press that subscribe button if you haven't yet. With that being said, I really appreciate your support. I appreciate you tuning in to this episode. And until the next one, you country roads.